Hey, it's Talamic here with DNB Academy, and today I want to take a look at ways that you can make breaks gel better and more consciously layer up your drum breaks. So I've got a fairly basic pattern here. We've got a kick and snare, and then I've got a bunch of stuff layered up. So I'll play that through and show what I've done already, and then look at a couple of things we can do to like level it up a little bit more. So this is what we've got so far. As a note, I've got a limiter on the output. But as I said, I'll go through the rest of the processing in a second. Cool, so we've got a kick from, which is mine from the DNB Marathon pack, and another snare from that same pack. Well, it's more like a clap, but. And then I've got a break here from the Liquid Starter kit, which I've just high passed. And you can see I've cut it up a little bit as well, just to rearrange some of those hits. I think there was an open hat there. Another top loop from the same pack, which I've high passed and also added a transient shaper, the 3 kilohertz one, which I use all the time, without it. Just tightens it up a little bit. We've got this from the Creative Suite. This is just a break, which again cut up with a transient shaper. And then this break from the same pack, which I've high passed. I could probably. There we go. But that's it. And then together. Cool. So the first thing that I would do whenever I'm layering breaks up is to make sure that my hits are lined up. So the majority of my loops, you can see from these 3 here, for example, are on grid. You can see every like shaker hit and everything is right on the beat. And this one at the top has some swing to it. You can see this hit is a little bit late, which kind of helps give the break its own feel. So at this point you kind of have to make that creative decision, right? Am I going to go with the break that's got the swing and the groove to it, or do I want a tighter, more precise break? Some people will tell you that you have to do one or the other every time. I tend to kind of switch it up depending on the tune. But for this example, let's say we wanted this break with that swing in it. I can then just go into each hit and slice them. We might have some sort of bits here that are a little bit out. Let's move that one there. And then take the 3 of these, shorten them a little bit, and basically drag these hits so that they line up. So, this one starts a bit early, so we'll have to move it a bit more. And do that for each individual hit. So we've got another one here that's a bit out. Obviously there's nothing there anyway. Cool, so I'll just go through, in fact, yeah, I'll just go through very quickly and do that. Okay, so I've gone through and sliced those all up, and if we hear it now. everything's feeling a bit more cohesive. One of the things we can also do, if I wanted to, is just take our snare and use that on one of these as well. Just line it up with the start and turn the volume down and essentially create a ghost snare. Like that as well, just to kind of beef up that ghost hit a bit more, but that's up to taste. Cool. The next thing that I will do is group all of our top loops together, group our snares together. Sometimes I'll include the ghost snare as part of the top, sometimes I won't. It kind of just depends. And then group those all together and label as drums. This is a nice little trick because we can then easily level out each element of our break. So if I feel like the top loop's too loud, and obviously we can put some processing on the bus very quickly as well. If you want this, I have done a video on drum break processing, where I kind of go into that in a little bit more detail. Cool. And then one of the final little tricks that we can do is either by using a sidechain, or I'll just do it with audio, is that we can go into each hit of our loop and begin to sidechain some of those hits. So for example, whenever our snare hits, bring the level of those snares down. So I'll just do it for the first bar for the sake of time. And then where our kick hits as well. And what this will help to do is focus the kick and the snare that we've got already. Oh, we've got a weird, there we go. This is particularly useful if you've got like really tight sounding breaks. So you can hear here the live top element of the breaks more present, whereas out here it's much more focused on the samples that we've got here already. If I was then just to copy that. Cool. You could also, as I said, do this with sidechain instead. I sidechain with the utility, but we could, yeah, just put that on whenever our kick's hitting, and then adjust the volume to taste as well. Yeah, whether you would do that or wouldn't do that would, as I said, depend on how live or focused you want the break to sound. Hopefully those words kind of make sense. But yeah, quick little tips. Any questions you've got, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.